cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Like 80. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Michael Crabtree, his fourth touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
This is taken at the 3. So Lamar Jackson, in his second season, the Heisman Trophy winner of 2016, leading the Ravens onto the field. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Roethlisberger will hand the counter, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Here we go. Black 20. Pick it up.
From the 39, Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And let's take a look at the Steeler offense.
Yeah, I feel a little bad here because we missed out talking about these guys on the opening drive because they were in the end zone before we had a chance to even say anything. But let's keep an eye on these wideouts. QB already has 1 touchdown pass. You know he's looking for a few more before this one's over. Those wideouts will get plenty of opportunities to try and score again.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, Jackson buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Jackson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Rolling to his right. He'll run it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down.
Like 50. Like 50. I know he ain't got it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Javon Hargrave able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now a look at the defensive starters here for the Steelers. They really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And they needed to be because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
Flushed out right. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Well, they're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. Throwing is Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Tucker with the extra point. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce-back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A look now at the lineup defensively for the Ravens. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete.
think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Ravens, they'll take over. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And he's been fun to watch run the football. We know he can pass, but using his legs effectively here in this one.
No doubt about it. Watch him maneuver in the pocket, out of the pocket, making the plays that he's making, which are breaking down the defense. I thought back to when we had our morning jog before the game, and I couldn't keep up with you. Those legs, they're valuable for his team.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Throwing again. Jackson being chased out left. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw is Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Now Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Got a man. It's Brown. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood, Marquise Brown with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. 13 games going on here in this final Sunday of 2019, the final Sunday of the regular season. 3 more games still to come following us. Raiders, Broncos, Cards, Rams, and Niners, Seahawks. And then we'll know the 12 teams who will continue on into the playoffs starting next Saturday here on EA Sports. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Think about some of the memorable performances that Ben Roethlisberger's had over the years, and one of them came against the Ravens. He threw 6 touchdowns back in 2014 in a win against Baltimore. And actually, now that I think about it, that was on the heels of a 6-touchdown performance in a win over Indianapolis the week prior. So October 2014 was kind of Big Ben. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. he wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now it's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete as well. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down. Jackson, solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. And worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. It takes 2 to tango. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Nick Boyle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And he finds McDonald. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was going for the tight end, Nick Vanette. And that'll bring up second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in touchdown, I think they carried that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jackson got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Jackson now, 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. That throw good for 4. It's second down. From midfield now, here's Jackson.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Jackson to throw. Buying time to his left. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Jackson on first down. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown ties LT with his 31st touchdown of the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger marches onto the field. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. On 2nd and 1, Roethlisberger. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now Roethlisberger on first down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go draw play. This is Samuels. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact.
Let's go, son.
So we've come upon, and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of week 17 is underway.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And the division title out of reach, we know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
So it's just a matter of adjusting now, isn't it? And what I mean by that is mentally. Every team starts the season thinking, let's go for the number 1 seed, right? Being the top team. Number 2 is pretty great, too, because you get the opening bye, and you're at home after that. But it doesn't matter at this point. Just getting in, and you just sit down and talk to your team. Would you rather go on the road and deal with someone, or would you rather stay at home for the playoffs? Let's go on the road and go take someone out.
12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. And an alley to run. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, You've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how
they've got his man complete. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben, and even 40 yards. Well, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in the cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
that is
by the time you have to
positive.
leave the booth.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Again, they'll run with Ingram. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram, he goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield, although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Here's Conner on first down going nowhere as he's going to be stacked up behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Roethlisberger now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Conner. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Samuels. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They'll try and run for it with Conner. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A gain there of 21 yards. Now Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Throwing is Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Again, Jackson. And that is caught. And the record is his. It's a touchdown. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with...
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. This will be caught by Brown. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Roethlisberger now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Hill on the return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
To throw again on second down. Jackson over the middle here to Brown. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Jackson, and that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And an alley to run. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the gun, Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, 20, 10. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team, because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. And Jackson throwing once more. Quick hitter here. It's complete. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Jackson got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Now it's Jackson. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, getting the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive of the line? Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Being chased out left. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's